Welcome to 10 Slides Global. Today we're looking at one of the most important questions in the technology industry. Apple dominated the smartphone era and became one of the most valuable companies in history. But the world is changing. Artificial intelligence is becoming the next major technology revolution, and investors are watching closely to see whether Apple can keep up. WWDC 2026 may become more than just a software conference. It could become a defining moment for Apple's future in AI. Let's begin. This is 10 Slides Global, World in 10 Slides. The end of an era? For years, Tim Cook has been the public face of Apple. Under his leadership, the company reached extraordinary heights, launching successful products, expanding services, and building one of the world's strongest technology ecosystems. But investors are beginning to ask a new question. What comes after Tim Cook? This year's WWDC isn't only about software updates. It's also about leadership, succession planning, and Apple's long-term direction in an increasingly competitive AI landscape. The AI gap. Apple helped create the smartphone revolution. The iPhone changed how billions of people communicate, work, and live. But many technology analysts now believe Apple is behind in the AI race. While competitors have aggressively launched advanced AI products, Apple has moved more cautiously. OpenAI, Google Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, and Meta AI are rapidly evolving. Investors want to know whether Apple can close the gap before it becomes too large. Siri's big test. When Siri launched, it was considered revolutionary. It introduced millions of users to voice assistants and represented the future of computing. But today, expectations are much higher. Modern AI assistants can reason, analyze information, write content, and solve complex tasks. Many users believe Siri has fallen behind these new capabilities. The pressure is now on Apple Intelligence to prove Apple can deliver a smarter, more capable AI experience. Why Wall Street is watching. This keynote isn't only important for Apple fans. Investors around the world are paying close attention. The biggest question is simple. Can artificial intelligence become Apple's next trillion-dollar growth engine? If Apple successfully integrates AI into its ecosystem, it could unlock entirely new opportunities for growth, productivity, and revenue. Wall Street wants evidence that Apple has a clear AI strategy. Why Wall Street is watching. This keynote isn't only important for Apple fans. Investors around the world are paying close attention. The biggest question is simple. Can artificial intelligence become Apple's next trillion-dollar growth engine? If Apple successfully integrates AI into its ecosystem, it could unlock entirely new opportunities for growth, productivity, and revenue. Wall Street wants evidence that Apple has a clear AI strategy. Cook's legacy. Regardless of what happens next, Tim Cook's legacy is already remarkable. Under his leadership, Apple became one of the most valuable companies in history. The company expanded its services business, introduced Apple Silicon, increased profitability, and strengthened its global ecosystem. Cook transformed Apple from a hardware company into a technology ecosystem powerhouse. The new battlefield. For years, the biggest competition was the smartphone market. Companies fought for better cameras, faster processors, and larger ecosystems. But the battlefield has changed. The next major competition is intelligence. Future winners may be determined by AI assistants, personal agents, on-device intelligence, and productivity tools. The companies that build the most useful AI experiences could define the next decade of technology. Can Apple catch up? Apple still controls one of the largest technology ecosystems on Earth. Billions of devices are connected through Apple's hardware, software, and services. But technology moves quickly. The company must prove that it can innovate at the speed required by the AI revolution while maintaining the privacy, security, and quality standards that define the Apple brand. The challenge is significant, but so is the opportunity. WWDC, or Turning Point. This event could be remembered as much more than a software conference. It may become the moment Apple officially committed to its AI future. If Apple successfully demonstrates its long-term AI vision, historians may look back at WWDC 2026 as a major turning point in the company's story. The stakes could not be higher. The future of Apple. The next decade may be defined by a single question. Can Apple lead the AI era the same way it led the smartphone era? The answer could influence not only Apple's future, but also the future of technology itself. Investors, developers, businesses, and consumers are all watching closely. Apple won the smartphone era. Now the world is waiting to see whether it can win the AI era. Will Apple become a leader in artificial intelligence? Or will competitors like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft remain ahead? Comment below and let us know your prediction. Thank you for watching. This is 10 Slides Global. Stay informed. Stay ahead.